Foreign Secretary, last summer I asked your predecessor about horrific mass graves uncovered in Chemini in the northern province of Sri Lanka. Mm-hmm. Since then, nearly over 400 bodies have been excavated and recovered, including those of children and babies. Families of the disappeared and Tamil civil society organisations have repeatedly called for excavations to be placed under international monitoring, citing the repeated failure of Sri Lanka's domestic mechanisms. The UK is a world leader on issues to do with mass graves. My team and I have met with Bournemouth University, who've done extensive work on developing a comprehensive human rights framework for mass grave protection, investigation and engagement. It's called the Bournemouth Protocol. It highlights the need for identification of protection of a chain of custody in evidence collection for future accountability. Would the Foreign Office, would the FCDO consider working with Bournemouth University on that Bournemouth Protocol and support the DNA identification involving affected families working with our international partners?
I will certainly look at that Bournemouth University work. I'm not aware of the details of it. I can also tell you that at the end of May, I did meet with the Sri Lankan Prime Minister, with Minister Malhotra as well, and we did explicitly discuss the issues around the investigations of historic abuses, the importance of delivering justice for victims and their families as well. So we did discuss that and the importance of that.
Thank you. To ask you on humanitarian workers. 20 years ago, in August 2006, 17 members of Action Against Hunger were executed in their office in Muttur in Sri Lanka. They were clearly identified as humanitarian workers via their clothing. There's compelling evidence pointing to the likely responsibility of Sri Lankan security forces. The UN High Commission for Human Rights and the Sri Lankan Monitoring Mission and other NGOs have concluded that the massacre was also subject to attempts of concealment by the authorities. The absence of justice for the families of these aid workers and the impact on aid workers around the world and conflict zones around the world is being met with impunity. Can I ask whether your department have raised this specific case with the Sri Lankan government? And if not, would you join Action Against Hunger in their calls to ask for justice here?
I don't know whether we have raised that individual case, and let me check, because obviously we have the diplomatic engagement at every level, so let me get back to you on that. We certainly raised the broader issues around the need for accountability for the detailed investigations, because it becomes part of effectively a truth and reconciliation process that is critical, but I will follow up on that individual case.
Thank you.